Hey, if you like YouTube, welcome back to another episode of the Black Pearl. Okay, so I thought I'd give a quick update on how the tank's doing, and a quick update on basically the things that I've added in the last episode, which was the bio pellets and the algae scrubber. Really pleased to say that the algae scrubber is starting to show some small signs of algae growing on it, not a lot. I think this is due to the fact that I've not got very good lights on it. However, I did decide to take one of the lights from the refugium and clip it on to the side there. So I think this is making a slight difference. Not a lot, but obviously it's only been 5 days since I added it. So it is starting to get like a little hint there's something happening. But it'll probably be about 3 to 4 weeks before I notice any significant changes. Bio pellets, they've been working awesome, and already the skimmers came back into beast mode and starting to produce some good skim mate again. So really pleased with that. The Cheeto, it continues to grow, and really happy to notice now that it's starting to populate with copepods and amphipods and stuff, and it's really starting to take off. So here's a closer look at the Cheeto. Not sure if the camera is actually going to be able to pick this up, but if you look closely you'll be able to see some copepods scurrying about the Cheeto there. Those little white things. So really happy to start seeing these guys kicking about. I've not added any copepods or anything. These are just started to populate in the refugium, so it's fantastic. Really happy to see that, so that's really good. So this is working really well. I'm just going to let this, you can't really see it, but I'm just going to let this Cheeto just totally engulf this whole area, and this is going to help obviously add some zooplankton and stuff to the display, so that's really good. And I also, one of my subscribers, Tim, suggested I got a power head in there and got the Cheeto tumbling. Unfortunately the Cheeto is so big in the refugium area that it just doesn't tumble. It just won't do it. So no matter what, I've had 2 pumps in there and it still wouldn't tumble, like, so I've just left that area alone. But what I did do is I just stuck a wee ball in here, and I've got the pump in there, so I've got a little ball of Cheeto tumbling away in this area, in this wee refugium, so it's always a little extra, which is fine. And here's a look at the algae scrubber. It's doing really good. Obviously I think it would be doing much better if I had better lights on it, but for just now this little clip-on seems to be working okay. Like I said, it's only been 5 days, you know what I mean, so can't expect miracles. I'm really happy to notice that I can start to see a little tinge of brown there, which is a positive sign. So hopefully in another few weeks this thing will kick in and help reduce the nutrients in the black pearl even further. And the bio pellets, well, what can I say, these things are just rocking away, doing their thing. I've only got half the recommended dose just now. I only put half in. I'm supposed to be running 1000 ml for my system, but I only put 500 in, and I'm just leaving it like this for a couple of weeks. Then I'll add the rest. But so far so good. I mean, it's tumbling away there, and I think they're doing a pretty good job. One thing I've noticed, the skimmer, it's started to go back into beast mode, which is fantastic, as you can see here. So that's really good to see. One other thing was I've removed the filter socks because, as you can see there was like when I was changing the filter sock, tipped it up and there was 8 amphipods in it. So I thought, oh, I'm not going to bother with them because I just seem to be killing a lot of good things, you know what I mean? So I took all those amphipods out and I stuck them into the Cheeto area, saved them. But yep, the bio pellets, they're working well, and things can only get better, I think. So far so good. The extra filtration that's been added is working a treat. Okay, so I've got good news and I've got bad news. May as well get the bad news out of the way first. When I say bad news, it is pretty bad. Like, one of my snowflake clownfish has disappeared, just totally vanished. So I can only presume it's dead. No idea why. I've got no idea where it's went, what happened. It's just gone. I mean, there's no body, there's nothing. It's just one minute he was there, one day he was there, next gone. So I can't even tell you what's happened because I don't know. He's just not here anymore. I don't know if he's went carpet surfing behind the tank because I can't actually see right down to the bottom, like, but I've got no idea. I mean, I have got lids on the pearl, as you know, like, but there is like a little gap over beside the weir box, so maybe, I don't know, but that's the bad news. The good news is the green hair algae is gone. Completely gone. It's all dead, so I'm over the moon with that, and the rock work's starting to look good. And you're probably looking at this thinking, what the hell? That doesn't look right. Well, I also added 21 kilos of live rock. I was going to use it for Dead Man's Chest, however, realising that it's going to be weeks, if not months, before that tank's actually going to be set up, I decided to use the rock in here instead. And after giving it a good quality control and happy that there wasn't any pests or anything on it, I added it to the display. One of the things and one of the reasons I've added it here was I noticed that when I added the mimic tank, for instance, there wasn't a great deal of places for the fish to get cover and hide and security basically, and to get away from other fish should they need to. And all my fish were doing were basically just swimming back and forth and round an island, back and forth. So I wanted to create more interest, and I must admit this has worked out fantastic, and it's really nice to see the fish go in and out the caves and stuff, so I'm really pleased with how it's turned out. So here's a quick look at this area on Skull Island, and if you'll recall from the last episode, this area was really bad for the hair algae, and as you can see it's completely gone now. And it's weird because it was like just disappeared overnight basically, because one minute it was there and then next thing I know, bang, all the algae's gone. So I'm really over the moon with that, like. And as you can see, all the rocks are starting to look good, starting to get the coralline algae growing back again. I lost all my frags, I must admit. This is the only survivor, this Monty Cap, and it's doing really good polyp extension on it, and it's starting to show some signs of coming back. And I think the reason that I lost those frags was because I was increasing my magnesium way too fast, because I was just really pissed off with the green hair algae, and I was just trying my best to get rid of it as quick as I could. The Dunkins, these guys are doing awesome. These guys are pretty much bulletproof, and a couple of new heads starting to show at the front there again. So yep, this thing's going to turn into a nice beautiful colony one day, and it's my only coral, but he's my favourite just now. As you can see, the rock work here is looking really good. No algae at all, so that's good. Now, one problem I've got is Hercules. Because there's no algae anymore, I think I'm maybe going to have to sell this guy on and move him on, give him another home. However, Dead Man's Chest up the stairs still got a good bit of algae in him, so I'll stick him up into that. So, yeah, like I say, Hercules, he's going to go up into Dead Man's Chest for a wee while, because there's plenty of algae in there for him to munch on. And the tank, I'll give you a quick closer look at the rock work. So lots of new areas for corals, and plenty of real estate. And this top rock here, it was covered in algae, and now it's just completely gone. And the bit of algae that you see there is just one of my snails. He's pretty much the only thing that's carrying the remaining here algae, like, so I'll have to give him a wee scrub off, and then that'll be it, gone. So I ended up tying all the islands together with to kind of make it look like one island sort of thing. And underneath there's all these caves and everything, and it's pretty good seeing all the fish going in and out. So this is like Devil's Cove. And a nice area up the top there for a good staghorn or something, barley slimer or something. Some nice caves here. And this overhang, you'll see this tiny little bit of green hair algae. This is the remaining bit. This bit's no giving up without a fight, but it's dying, like, so I suspect that'll be gone by the next 24 hours. It'll be dead as well. So I'm delighted that the algae's gone now, and the rock is starting to get a coralline growing back in it. I found that little frog that was in the sandbed. It was nearly dead, but there's still some polyps in it, so I just stuck it up the top there, see if it comes back. But as you can see, the back glass is starting to get some coralline algae growing on it now. So I decided I'm just going to leave it and just let it do its thing. I think it's going to look pretty cool if I can get it all covered, so really happy with that. But I must admit, I'm delighted to just actually be able to enjoy the tank now, and I'll also be able to start getting new fish and corals instead of wasting money on various things trying to get this problem under control. So now that I've got the tank where I want it, my parameters are all good, I can start investing money in livestock. So this is pretty much the view I get when I'm sitting on my seat, and I pretty much watch this tank like this, where the wife's watching Here Comes the Bride and all that wedding crap and Come Dine With Me or X Factor. So while she's busy watching that, I'm busy sitting here enjoying this. So yep, I must admit, I'm over the moon. Like, honestly, I think if your tanks are doing good and your tank's happy, you're happy, and I'm very happy just now. And that mimic tank, by the way, he's an absolute beast, man. He's just a really good tank. He's constantly grazing on the rocks, so I think he's maybe contributed to helping solve that little algae problem as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it for just now. Just wanted to give you just a quick update on how things are going. Sucks that I've lost the snowflake clown, and I think what I'm actually going to do is the black clowns that I've got, I think I'm going to add them into the pearl and hopefully see how they get on with the one snowflake. If there is any fighting, I am probably just going to remove the snowflake and maybe sell it on or something, I don't know. But yep, that's it for just now. Thanks for watching. Thanks to all the new subscribers. Until next time, bye bye.